All right, what's going on? Hope y'all are having a good day. Today we got back biceps and possibly a little bit of abs. We'll have to see. As much as I like to do everything that I need to do in a workout, there is times where like gyms, especially in college, get like really busy. Um, but on the agenda today, starting usually with some underhand lat pull downs. I usually like to do those before regular pull downs because I feel like it almost warms up my lat more. I do them unilaterally because I usually, per muscle group, at least the day of doing them, I like to have one unilateral and one at the same time. So do that. Probably then going to do lat pull downs, and then I'm gonna do some hopefully easy bar bicep curls. There's only one easy bar at this gym, so I don't tend to get it that often, but hoping to get some easy bar bicep curls or straight bar, depending on what one I have to use. We'll have to see. Probably will end up being the straight bar if I'm gonna be honest. Then we're gonna move on to some dumbbell preacher curls. I like to use a bench, and I mean, obviously you'll see all my workouts once we get to that part in the video, but I like using the bench as the preacher kind of platform or like base, and I use the dumbbell and I curl on that. And then move on to, I usually do 3 back workouts and 3 bicep workouts on my back and biceps, but I only do 2 sets for the last of each workout. So then I would switch back to back, and then I usually do, I don't remember exactly what it's called, like iso hammer row or something. It's a machine, targets the lat pretty good. Probably do 2 sets of that unilaterally. Then finally for biceps, I usually finish it off with some dumbbell hammer curls, and the 2 set 3 set thing is kind of can vary throughout the depending on how I'm feeling during the day. So we'll just have to see how it all goes. Yeah, hope y'all enjoy. So to start out the workout, I started with some underhand lat pull downs. Now, I have my buddy recording these ones for me. I'm thankful to him for recording it. I forgot my tripod at my fucking apartment, so for the rest of this video, it's going to be some of the most ungodly, terrible, piss poor camera angles that I could possibly get as I was leaning my phone up against my water bottle. But like I said, starting out with underhand pull downs, I usually like to start my workouts with either underhand pull downs or lat pull downs for my back and biceps, just because I like having my arms like not tired for my back workouts. So I normally do 2 back, 2 bicep, 1 back, 1 bicep as the order of my back and bicep day. However, with that being said, I'm not always able to get the equipment I want when I want it, obviously, because, like I said, I think in the last video, the gym is pretty packed here. It is a university gym, and it is the only one on campus to my knowledge. So it is a bit packed. So I ended up having to do bicep curls as literally all the other back machines are taken, lat pull down, and the one I'm going to show later. Um, and like I said, I'd rather do easy bar, but that was also taken. So I ended up doing straight bar curls. They went really well, honestly. That was probably one of the best days I've had with them, going as my second workout, and that's probably because I had more energy for them. But I really felt the stretch in my biceps, and I felt like I did a good job being pretty strict about it. I'm not going for 100% strictness when I do these, but just trying to stay somewhat strict on them is always my goal. So basically, for the rest of the workout, I ended up reversing the order: 1 back, 1 bicep, 2 back, 2 bicep, just because, like I said, hard to get machines. But with doing these lat pull downs, as you're seeing here, I like using, I actually don't know what the grip is called, and I probably should, but it allows me to have more of a hook grip on the handle, so I can feel it more pulling my back rather than having to focus on my grip strength. I'm gonna be quite honest, I need to train that a bit more. My grip strength isn't great, so when it comes to movements like back or anything that involves my grip strength, I usually like to have something that makes it easier for me to focus more on my back rather than actually holding on to whatever grip I'm using. Now, moving on to the next workout, I think I originally called these like a hammer row or something. They're actually called the MTS row. And this machine I've had a bit of trouble with in the past. They don't use it that often. I'm using it now because it's one of the other like back machines they have at the gym that because they don't have quite as many as like I'm used to. I think I need to lower the seat a little bit, and then for my next 2 sets, I ended up grabbing a little farther like outwards on the handle, and that actually ended up helping a bit better because I do look a bit awkward in this clip of doing it. I look kind of like bent almost at my spine. But doing that fix with moving my hands farther out and lowering the seat a little bit did seem to help, so I'll probably continue to do that in the future. As for these preacher dumbbell curls, I started a bit heavy. Like I said, that when I was doing the straight bar bicep curls, it was going really well. I really felt the tension in my bicep, but that also meant that I was a little more tired, I guess, when doing these. Although I don't know, I'm usually able to do them at a 16 kilo weight for 8 on both arms. However, in this, I only got 16 kilos um, for 7 on my right arm, and then 6 on my left, as you'll see with the workout log. And I definitely think I need to, like I said in the last video, I need to slow down a bit with my workouts. And that's something I really have to consciously focus on, as in some of these clips, I'm not really like slowing down. And that also means I should probably be lowering the weight a little bit, as I should also be getting a bit lower, I would argue, in these preacher curls. It's really interesting, honestly. I enjoy being able to go back and look at my clips, because genuinely, like, studying them like I am now can really help me like realize, oh, even though this felt like pretty decent in the moment, there's more things I could be doing that could be more optimal towards helping me improve my lifts and making sure I'm getting the most out of them. Now, as for these preacher hammer curls, I don't normally do preacher hammer curls. I usually do my hammer curls just standing up and alternating. And honestly, I can't even remember the last time if I have done preacher hammer curls at all. So starting with 16 kilos was way too much. As you can see, I only get 3 reps on each arm. And as you can see with the workout log, I did lower the weight by 4 kilos, as I was definitely doing too much to start out with. But I could definitely see myself doing these more. However, I will say I think I'd rather do them standing up on a bench like I do my dumbbell preacher curls. However, I guess now that I think about it, the bottom of the dumbbell would probably be hitting the bench before I'm getting that full range of motion. So I guess that'll be something to experiment with more in the future. But I do really enjoy doing them. They were pretty good. So I've thought about it, and I think, well, first of all, I did do abs in between this. Like I said at the beginning of the video, that I might do abs. I didn't record it because I didn't have the tripod, and then I just didn't really feel like recording them. I was out in the hallway, so anywhere where I would put it would be kind of in the walkway. But I did do like the decline bench abs with like a 5 kilogram plate on my chest, and that went pretty good. Probably could have pushed a little harder with them. I need to find a better time and day to like more integrate abs into my like routine, as abs are definitely probably the weakest part of my body. Anyways, as for posing, I think what I need to do is on my off days, or my rest days, I suppose, I should be watching. I think this is what I, not what I should do, what I'm going to do is, watch some videos on like professionals posing, and just kind of, I have a mirror in my apartment room here at the uni. And I think that I'm going to watch videos and spend like 30 minutes, an hour a day going through just posing routines and practicing posing, as I I think for most more casual, I guess, bodybuilding and lifting, not as many people realize how much prep actually needs to go into the posing. And I didn't either until very recently. I didn't realize how big a deal like you actually need. Like, obviously, I know it's important to do the posing, but like people genuinely spend like an hour a day, like, or more even, practicing posing if they're truly serious about it, which I am. So I think that's gonna have to be the route I go. Cardio. Now this final portion of the video can be a little shorter. Sorry about that is my chair, my amazing desk chair that I was provided. Now this part of the video can be a little shorter, as I did the intro part before my workout, like I actually should have been doing. But just to kind of recap, I guess, I mean, technically, like, while I'm doing the video, I'm kind of already going through and critiquing a little bit. So I guess the end part can be more of like a recap. But first I'll hit on the posing critiques and goods. Obviously, camera angle wasn't great. I would have liked to have had my tripod with me and recording into the mirror rather than having the camera reversed, facing at me. I think posing was okay. Like I said, definitely need to work on it more. And my off day will be tomorrow. Thursdays are one of my rest days. So I'm definitely gonna have to look into some posing practice and some videos and start working on that a little bit more. As for the workout itself, I think it went pretty good. Again, just kind of the general concept of slowing down my lifts and making sure that I'm, regardless if it's not as heavy of a weight as I should be doing, or like can do, I should be doing it correctly. Obviously, that's the most important part, and I would argue that most of my lifts I do correctly, although I can get a bit ahead of myself, and that's when I need to be more conscious about it. Like, I actively have to think about it. It's not something like just in the back of my head. I genuinely need to think about, hey, like, this feels all right, but you're also like not getting as far down as you could be, you know. So just slowing down with my lifts, lowering the weight, making sure form and, you know, the speed especially of the lift is where it needs to be before moving the weight up is definitely what I need to be working on most, I think, as of right now. So I'm gonna do my best to put that into practice for the next video, which my next day will be chest, back, and shoulders, but that'll be after my rest day, so there will be a 1-day gap in between that. However, that's like my favorite day, so back and biceps, and then that day is my favorite. As for the rest of the workouts, that one MTS row, I think I already said it in the video, but just making sure the seat's a little lower, hands are a little farther out so I don't look as awkwardly bent as I do normally on there. Definitely will help, and help me feel it more like in the lat where I need to be feeling it, rather than like kind of a little higher up, almost upper rear delt, which I sometimes do. And I know that was wrong before, I just didn't really know what the best way to fix it was until I tried out just some new things. I'm a bit stubborn when it comes to trying new things, but as for the rest of the workout, like I said, with the preacher curls, probably could have gone a little lighter for that first set. Live and you learn. I'm definitely going to need to start a little lighter if I'm not feeling it like I did that time. And then as for the hammer preacher curls, I could definitely see myself doing those more. I did enjoy them. My forearms are sore right now. Definitely need to start a little lighter though, as I only got 3 reps for that first set for 16 kilograms. But other than that, I think it was a pretty good day. I'm sore, so that's always a good sign. Obviously not every lift is going to be perfect, but I'm going to do my best to make them as perfect as they can be. So, but yeah, I hope you all have a great day and have a good lift if you're lifting.